Hi Dad, it's me, your favorite son, and today I want to talk about distractions. Many people play video games as a distraction. Some people even use them as an escape. It's enticing to be able to think about the fact that you can go home and save the world from the wrath of the next Metal Gear, while flecks of spit hit your face as Karen screams at you because her honey almond milk cold brew didn't have enough ice.
Who are you?
Because I'm sick of being discriminated against and I don't have a mask.
In a 2013 article published by Nature World News, Joe Hilgard, a doctoral candidate at MU, said, "The biggest risk factor for pathological video game use seems to be playing games to escape from daily life. It's well known that some people use video games to escape. They use them as a self-prescribed treatment for daily life." A meta-analysis from 2021 on studies concerning video game escapism found both positive and negative outcomes regarding people's usage of video games. That being said, I don't particularly subscribe to the view that video games are always escapism. I think touting what can be incredible pieces of art as escapism is kind of reductive, but I do think it's a primary reason a lot of people play them. For some people, video games aren't the distraction, they are the thing. Everything else is a distraction. Saving Kamurocho is much more interesting than standing in the snack aisle counting the carbs on the chewy Chips Ahoy, deciding if it'll put you out of keto. It will. Regardless of where you land on the debate of the purpose of gaming itself, it stands to reason that video games are a vessel that provides the user a new world. Whether you're slaying hellish beasts in Hades or going on dates with mommy hostesses in Yakuza trying to get a smooch on the rooftop, you're trying to be someone else. You're not you. But video games themselves provide their own distraction, a distraction within the distraction. The earliest examples I could find of this are classic RPG side quests. They usually rear their head by making you kill rats in the basement of a tavern, or find a tome in some unnamed ruin. These quests don't further the main story, and they are a distraction from the main point of the game. They do incentivize participating in them by giving you rewards. These rewards are so enticing that it makes you want to leave your designated path and go somewhere else. Modern games have implemented distractions much more liberally and in a way that creates almost another game in and of itself. For example, Yakuza Like a Dragon has a business management minigame that pulled me so far out of the main story that I forgot what I was even doing. I spent probably 10 of my 100 hours of playtime just playing this management sim. I was having so much fun playing Sigma Male Grindset Business Boy that I didn't want to fight the Omi Alliance. But why? What was it about this small minigame that made me want to shirk my responsibility of saving Yokohama and delve into the world of the 1%? First of all, these mini-games, like their side quest predecessors, usually have an incentive. In this case, it was cold, hard cash. The business management mini-game provides you a lot of money, which makes getting gear much easier. But it wasn't just that. I was effectively experiencing a life within this video game. And at the end of the day, saving small Japanese towns is tiring. Every once in a while, you want to kick back and relax with something less high stakes. It's not just the incentives, though. Some distractions don't have an incentive at all. Take, for example, from the same game series, Yakuza Karaoke. This mini rhythm game and most of the entries to the series doesn't provide any benefit to your character or the main story. You're just playing it to play it. You're going to karaoke with your friends to take a load off just like you would in real life. But the reason you want to play it is that the love and care that's put into these distractions is just as much as the love and care put into the main game. I've seen these distractions so much lately in modern games that I've started referring to it as the distraction factor. You see wide differences in how involved each distraction is from the main game. Everything from Ni no Kuni's Kingdom Builder, which is greatly tied to the story, to Yakuza's Karaoke, which has no connection at all. A game with a high distraction factor isn't always a good thing though. Take most mobile games, for example. These games throw so many mechanics and extra things to do at your face. But that's not the point here. The point isn't to confuse or overwhelm the player, it's to give them a little extra. Minigames aren't anything new on their own either. I think that the modern versions of this have just started to become more elaborate, to the point where they are games in their own right. The Witcher 3's card game Gwent is a perfect example of this. In The Witcher 3, Gwent was just a card game that you could play for some extra cash, or part of side quests. You could take a break from slapping the daddy fist to ghosts and ghouls, and have a relaxing round of a nonsensical card game. Gwent was so popular that it warranted its own spin-off. People loved the game so much that they wanted to just play that. Regardless of whether it's provided to us, I think gamers will always find something to distract themselves within a game. It's just natural to not want to grind your way to the finish line, especially if you're spending time with a game you particularly like. You don't want it to end, you want it to stay just a moment longer. One memory I have is playing World of Warcraft in high school and spending hours farming for mounts. The mount provided me nothing aside from bragging rights, but when raids were done and my gear was top tier, what was I left with? And I surely wasn't going to take a break or stop playing. I also didn't have many friends at that point, so I didn't really have an option either, and I really wanted Rivendare's charger. These distractions are a way to keep the player enticed just a little longer. It's a way to provide them with more content, but it's also a way to get them to live in the world. These characters don't just save the world, they manage businesses, they build kingdoms, they save lowly peasants when there's nothing else going on. Distractions are a way for us to see into the oft unexplored realms of the characters that we are living as. At the end of the day, distractions are fun. Video games themselves are distractions, and fun is really all that matters at the end of the day. Bye, Dad. Hey guys, thanks for watching again. If you like this content, like and subscribe. I'm still working on Volume 3 of ranking PS2 games from my childhood. I'm gonna start spacing out the longer videos with these shorter video essays. One, because I have some ideas that I want to explore, and two, because I don't want there to be super large gaps in content on my channel. So I hope you guys like this format. I'm experimenting with some things. I think I'm always gonna do the actual recordings of myself moving forward, but I'm going to start spacing things out with this type of content as well. So again, if you like this, give it a like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. It means so much to me. I put so much work into these videos, so if you could do that little bit to support me, I would really appreciate it. Thanks.